There's a lot of daily blessings that we kind of take for granted that we all possess, but we fail to realize that a lot of people actually don't possess those blessings. And to actually be appreciative of those blessings, we kind of have to take a step back and even sometimes just have those blessings be taken away from us. And really, sometimes it's an unfortunate reality, but really, that's the only way that us as human beings can actually become grateful for the things that we actually have on a day-to-day basis. So, for example, at least the city that I live in, we just got hit with a hurricane and the power's out for about like 2.5 million people or whatever. And literally, my entire family, including myself and my friends, were just all like bored out of our minds. We're trying to like find power, we're trying to find things to do, we're trying to find ways that we can actually entertain ourselves. Like, even like neighbors are just like walking around and just trying to like say hi to one another all of a sudden because we literally have nothing to do. And obviously the biggest blessing was obviously just power and electricity, right? That basically just powers our entire house. That powers the AC, and it's just hot inside the house now. And there's no hot water either, so you can't really shower with hot water. You just have to shower with like super cold water. And thankfully though, alhamdulillah, there's still a roof over our heads, so we don't have to necessarily worry about that. But what about all the homeless people that are actually suffering because they just haven't had a shelter or a roof over their heads for the entire year round? And I'm over here just complaining about power being out for a few hours. It hasn't even been 12 hours since the power's been out, and I already feel like I'm like losing my mind. Now here's the thing, in these moments you can go and you can complain and you could just say that like, oh man, like, why is this happening to me? Why do I live in the city? I hate living in the city, this and that and whatnot. Or you could just learn that like, man, I live such a good life like 365 days of the year or 364 days of the year, and if I have to suffer just a little bit for one day or maybe even 2 days, I don't think it's that bad of a life. And so my whole thing is, whenever you get a blessing taken away from you, always try your best to remember on how long you actually enjoyed that blessing and how grateful you actually were. Appreciate what you have, because you never know when it's going to be actually taken away from you, and you actually don't even know if it's ever going to come back either, whether that be things, whether that be your material wealth, whether that be your health, or just even people in your life. People move on, things happen, and friendships break apart, relationships break apart as well, and things happen financially. The electricity that you have, the hot water that's running in your house, all of these different things, and try your best never to ask why me, because it's not productive, it's not going to help you feel any better as well, and neither is it going to help the situation. Try your best to like think about these things. My mother always used to tell me that you should always make sure that you actually look at the people who have less than you rather than the people who have more than you. And I think that that has a lot to do with being grateful as well, because whenever you see somebody who is a little bit less fortunate than you, then you'll quickly realize on how lucky and how blessed you actually are. And last but not least, I would like to mention that you probably want 1,000 different things right now because you're healthy, but when your health gets taken away, all of those desires, they completely fade away, and you only want one thing, and that is to become healthy. I've been to hospitals, I've buried people myself, I've been to several different funerals, and nobody then actually wishes that they were actually dying or enduring the pain that they actually do. So be grateful, say alhamdulillah if you're Muslim. I am, so I always say alhamdulillah for the life that we have. And sometimes it's difficult and it's tough, but it's a part of life, man. What can you do about it?